Hey everyone, this is Spencer Bonin, your emotion and body code practitioner, as well as Balwinder Marwaha, transformational leadership coach, coming together again for another episode of Unlocking You 2.0. Now, this week we're talking all about how to deal with or how to overcome burnout. And today is all about finding time for yourself, or another way that we can put that is creating or making the time for yourself. Which oftentimes we don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw this right over to you, Bally. What's going on consciously? Like, how can we really make time or find that time for ourselves to
All
help with
right.
this burnout?
Thank you, Spencer. Right off the bat, I want to start with listen, the end of the day, there's only 24 hours in a day. You can't increase that. It's predetermined. So there's no way you're going to squeeze an extra second out of your day. You just can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reality is that number one, there's only so much time in a day. Okay. Number two, that tomorrow never comes. And you may have heard me say this before, but it is so true because listen, if you're going to wait for tomorrow, tomorrow doesn't happen because tomorrow it's tomorrow again. And then it's tomorrow. And you just get into that vicious cycle.
Mm.
So the reality is look, everyone is busy. Everyone has 1,001 things to do. In fact, I could start listing you all the things I need to do today, or have left over from yesterday, or whatever it might be. They'll never end. Whether it's your work, and I see this a lot, especially with, and I don't want to pick on anyone, but I see this a lot, especially with a lot of my friends and family who are in the accounting field.
Mm.
They're like, and how many of you out there have heard, an accountant say, "Oh my God, it's like month end, or it's quarter end, or it's year end," and they're burning like they're working 16 or 18 hours a day, and it's like, ridiculous. It's like, is this really what you want to do? And hey, look, I get it. You might love it, but if you don't make and find time for yourself, you are going to get burnt out. Or you may already be burnt out because you're not making that time for yourself. You're not finding the time for yourself. And yesterday we talked about the things you can do, like, drawing and outdoor activities or singing and dancing, whatever it may be. But you're only going to be able to do those things if you make the time for yourself.
Mm.
Now, Spencer, in reality, what what might prevent someone from making that time for themselves? What might hold them back? They say, "Hey, okay, I'm going to do this for myself," but then they don't. Well, why don't they?
Absolutely, and that's a great question, and it's something that a lot of people are dealing with, and I can really speak to this from myself.
Hmm.
So looking at from an energetic perspective, subconscious wise, there are most likely trapped emotions or some type of energy kind of in the background of things that are like, let's just say for example, guilt or being
Yeah.
feeling unworthy, where it's just they're kind of lingering in the background, and it's like you might feel that if you take the time for yourself, you're going to feel guilty because you're not getting the work you need to get done. You're
Mhm.
not doing what you're supposed to be doing at that particular time.
Absolutely.
You might feel unworthy, like you just don't deserve that time to yourself. You might feel like you're not important enough. And one of the reasons why this might be the case is, I don't know if you're anything like me. Growing up, when I was around 8 or so, my parents separated, and from there
Mhm.
I primarily lived with my mother, where, at that point a lot of the responsibilities as like the man of the house, whether it's the brother, the spouse,
Yeah.
the son, like whatever it is, all the different roles at once were all kind of fallen on me. I'm the only child. There's no one else around. There's no father figure. It's one of those things where it's like I have a lot of those responsibilities, and I feel very
Yeah.
guilty seeing a single mother struggle to try to accomplish everything she needs to accomplish and put me through all the things that I want to go through because she's just trying to be a good mother.
Yeah.
So if any of that sounds familiar to you, you might feel guilty or unworthy or like whatever it is as a result of that particular
Mhm.
situation. And there's a multitude of other reasons why that could be too. That's just my experience, and I know I'm not the only one out there that had that.
Yeah.
So the reality
Absolutely.
is that stuff is in the background, whether we like it or not. And
Mhm.
if you feel that you feel that way, if you feel unworthy, if you feel like you're guilty, like you feel guilty when you just want some time to yourself,
Yeah.
I can help with that. Come see me.
Yeah.
I'll figure some of that stuff out for you. And we'll work
Yeah.
together and we can make that happen. So with that, that's what's going on in the subconscious. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Valley?
Yeah, I just want to add two things here.
Yeah.
Look, the reality is that no, whatever it is you're doing in life, sometimes it's your family that doesn't allow you to have that time. Sometimes it's your career or your job. The reality is the problem is that if you do not take this time out, you are going to get burnt out. And
Yeah.
there's a quote that I really really love, but if you don't make time for wellness, you will have to make time for illness. So listen, if you're having a hard time finding the time, right, in quotation
Yeah.
marks, really, to you know be with yourself or do things for yourself, then you know what? Connect with me because I'll show you that even if you just took 10 minutes out, those 10 minutes will be the most powerful 10 minutes of your day.
Mm,
I'll show you how you can do that. And then you won't feel burnt out anymore.
that's
And you'll
right.
be like, oh my God, why haven't I been doing this all my life? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, your job or your family or anyone else is not going to be disappointed or be like, oh, you took out 10 minutes of time for yourself. Oh my God. It's not going to
We
happen.
think that they think that. That's not really what
Yes,
happens.
exactly. Exactly. So listen, we're going to be back again tomorrow with another episode. If you are having issues, you're burnt out, you need to reach out to myself or Spencer.
Yeah.
Send us a message, call us up, whatever it may be. Okay, we're here for you. We're going to help you. If you want to know more about the conscious and the subconscious, and you really want to be like, man, I really like what these guys do. I want to change my life. I counted this morning, 86 days left this year. I used it as a hashtag on a post this morning, 86 days.
Nice.
So you want to turn your life around? You know what? We will do that for you in those 86 days.
Mm,
You will go into 2021 as a brand new person. All right. Check out our website, www.leadyourideallife.com. All right. This Thursday, we have an awesome, awesome webinar. If you don't want to wait till Thursday, that's okay. Connect with us. We'll hook you up. But this Thursday, we've got an amazing live webinar. Last week, we were full, and we have been for a number of weeks now. www.2020recoverymanual.com. Register, spaces are limited. Um, Check out this webinar because we're going to talk about the biggest problems you're having in your life and how you can overcome them. And
that's
it's
right.
that simple. So make the time for yourself, do these things that we've just mentioned, and let me tell you, it's going to be a night and day difference. So with that said, thank you very much, everyone. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow with another episode of Unlocking You 2.0 with Spencer Bonin and myself, Elwinder Marwaha. Take
You
care.
bet.